Uh, Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I think you should share the entire screen and then system audio.
Okay, okay. I will try to do that.
Uh, Still not audible. Sir, if possible, can we present?
Sure, you can do that. Sure.
Okay. Uh, Priyanshu, you can take over. Okay.
Marketing consultant Parinita Das was a
Yes.
spokesperson in her office, be it for a boss, colleagues, or juniors. As a graduate from IIM Ahmedabad, Parinita was always on top of her studies and career, which had
All the audio, it was fine.
Yes, yes, it was.
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, okay. Okay, Lakshita, you can start the session.
Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to all present here. Today's topic of discussion is tracing cybersecurity offenders, digital investigation techniques. I'm Lakshita, and it's my privilege to anchor today's session. This lecture is a part of our Cyber Sunday series, an initiative designed to promote awareness, learning, and informed engagement in the field of cyber safety, law, and technology. Through Cyber Sundays, we bring together experts and practitioners to share real world insights into cyber threats, governance, and investigation strategies. This marks our seventh Cyber Sunday, and by the end of it, we are shaping ourselves into a group that speaks with clarity, confidence, and purpose, ready to spread awareness and safeguard our communities online. It's my honor to introduce today's distinguished speaker, Dr. Advocate Darshan Bafna is a techno-legal lawyer practicing for over 7 years at the Bombay High Court. He leads Bafna Law Associates, Bafna Legal LLP, and Bafna Cyber Juris LLC, with branches in Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, Ahmedabad, and Dubai. He is certified in cyber forensics, ethical computer security, drone laws, arbitration, custom, and insurance. His firms have received multiple recognitions, including the Telangana Socialwood Cyber Achievement Award and Lokmat Best Cybercrime Lawyer. He has been ranked among the top 5 cybercrime lawyers in India by Legal Era and awarded Best Cyber Law Faculty by Maharashtra Cyber Police. Darshan Bafna Sir serves as faculty trainer at the Maharashtra Police Academy, advisor to Mumbai and Maharashtra Police, trainer for India's Defence Forces, and panel advisor to institutions including Union Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, and the Consul Consulate General of India in Dubai. He is also part of the drafting committee of the Ministry of Home Affairs for the upcoming Digital India Act. He is associated with several national and international legal and cybersecurity councils, including the Cybersecurity Council of India, International Council of Jurists London, European Lawyers Association, Data Security Council of India, FICCI, and more. We are honored to welcome you, sir. Without further ado, I'd like to hand over the mic to you.
Thank you so much, Lakshita. And first of all, I would like to thank everyone for having me here on a Sunday, that also at 3 p.m., which is the sleeping time, I know. So, yeah, so everyone, if everyone, shall I start now, Lakshita?
Sure, sir, we can.
Yeah, so we'll start with the slide. So today, of course, everyone is aware that I'm going to take a seminar on tracing cyber offenders, that is digital investigation techniques. Firstly, I would like to say that tracing cyber offenders is not that any person can do. It is only the government officials who can trace. Our job is only to help the government official in tracing the cyber offenders. Okay, so we'll start. The topics which are covered today are understanding cybercrime first. Secondly, types of cybercrimes. Of course, once we are going to go forward in tracing cyber offenders, before that we have to know what exactly cybercrime is all about, and what kind of cyber offenses and crimes are happening currently. Okay, because every day there is a new technique or crime which is happening. Okay, then what is the psychology of cyber criminals and victims? Okay, digital investigation techniques, then legal framework, and how cyber offenders are traced. Okay, now we'll start. So, firstly, I won't get into what exactly is cybercrime all about, because I guess everyone is aware as to what is cybercrime. Even a small kid knows कि cybercrime क्या होता है, since they also have a gadget in their hand nowadays. So, of course, any illegal activity happening with the use of any computer or mobile device or any internet, that leads to cybercrime. The main targets of cyber criminals are, of course, individuals, businesses, financial systems, and digital infrastructures. Okay. So today we are going to deal into types of cyber crimes. We'll mainly focus into digital arrest frauds, which are happening a lot nowadays. Deal with deep fake, okay, for girls who are facing these kind of issues a lot nowadays. Phishing scams, then online investment scams. Okay, these are the most common and current hot topics right now which are going on. Okay, which we are dealing day in day out. So now the types of cybercrime I'll tell only with regards to the specific crime, okay, which everyone is facing into a day-to-day role. Cyber stalking, which usually happens with women, okay, repeatedly following, messaging, threatening, or intimating a woman online or through social media. Initially, stalking was physical stalking. Nowadays, it is all online. So now the physical stalking has stopped, and now online stalking has created a great mess, and it is very common and very easy to stalk someone online by following their digital footprints, their social behavior. I'll take that in the further slides as well. So of course, as I say, rise of cybercrime in India, of course, it is increasing rapidly. Okay, we don't know the damage which we are going to face in future, but yes, everyone's data is compromised. Every single person data is not safe at all. If anyone asks you, if anyone tells you your name, your mobile number, your address, then you don't need to get shocked about it. That how did you get my credentials? It is very common. It is available in the market as well as in the dark web. So why is it happening? Why is cybercrime rising in India? Of course, it is because of increased smartphone usage, okay, digital banking and UPI transactions. Now cash, people have stopped using cash systems now. They are into UPI. Even 5 rupees they'll go for UPI transaction. It's so common now. Google Pay has spoiled everyone, no doubt about it. Social media platforms, Instagram, social media, it's like so addictive that you cannot sleep before watching an Instagram reel. You need to give at least your each and every individual is spending most of their time on their mobile gadgets rather than spending time with their family. Online investments and trading apps. This is all because of the greed. These kind of scamsters, what they know, they see the behavior of the victim, that whether he is greedy, whether he wants to double his investments. They just see the behavior first and then they target and then they attack. So yeah, people highly knowledgeable people fall victims to online investments and trading applications which are happening nowadays. And it is very common. Every day in the newspaper, if you see, you'll get such kind of article. India receives thousands of cybercrime complaints daily. Actually, the police machinery, the government machinery is loaded with cybercrime matters. They don't know how to give seriousness to a particular matter because every matter is serious. Cybercrime is such a crime that within fraction of seconds your money is gone. Within fraction of seconds your image is spoiled. So if you don't act on the spot, then of course a great harm is going to cause to your reputation as well as your financial balance. And the cyber criminals are well aware of that. They have your entire history with them. Okay, so they know what social standing you have in the market, what is your financial positions in the market. biggest myth about cybercrime, which nowadays people are facing, is right. Everyone thinks that the cyber criminal cannot be caught. It's nothing like that. Okay, every physically initially when crime used to happen, physical crime used to happen like murder, any robbery or anything. So what used to happen? You used to get any, what do you call, evidence, like you get a knife, you got a gun or whatever XYZ device physically, and you take that as an evidence. And cybercrime, also the criminals leave traces, okay, like IP addresses. They have their login records, device information, browser history, mobile tower data, payment records. Each and every third party application has the records. Like if I'm GPaying to someone, if I'm doing a transaction with a vendor, okay, so the Google Pay account, the vendor has my all my credentials, that what I have transferred, how much I have transferred. They have all the logs behind the system, since it's all system generated logs. There's no physical log this storage. So now digital footprint. What exactly digital footprint is, like physically first, if suppose if I take an example of a murder only. So what a police investigation officer will do first? First, he will go for any footprints or any marks wherein the robber or the criminal has left in the premises. Okay. Similarly, digitally also, what the forensic people do, they search for digital footprints. Digital footprints in what manner? They see the social media posts which the criminal does. They check the email IDs, online registrations, photos, and comments. Okay. Then IP logs, cookies, device information, and server logs. Everything has a backup. Like even if I click on a Facebook post, that creates multiple logs pertaining to just one click. So everything is monitored on social media or on your device or digital platforms, I can say that. So now let me just go through this video for you guys. It's a digital fraud video. I would like you to just go through that once, then I'll explain you how it goes. So it's a digital arrest.
Marketing consultant Parinita Das was the go-to person in her office, be it for a boss, colleagues, or juniors. As a graduate from IIM Ahmedabad, Parinita was always on top of her studies and career, which had prompted her to recently move into her dream apartment in Gurgaon. On a Monday morning, the workaholic Parinita was doing the usual, sipping coffee and going through her emails, when she picked up a call from an unknown number. It was a pre-recorded voice.
Hello, 9867. This is a message from the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. Your phone number will be blocked within the next 2 hours, as your number has been linked to broadcasting. Press 1 to speak to a designated officer.
Parinita was shocked and quickly.
Yeah, so this is the first step the cyber criminal does. He gives you a call and he just sees your behavior to this. Whether you panic, whether you get shocked, or whether you say, "Sir, I haven't done anything." So accordingly, he monitors your movement. This is the initial step which a cyber criminal does. And later on, we'll see what happens with Parinita. You can play the video.
First one, police headquarters.
I just got a call about some money laundering. Money.
Miss Parinita Das, you are under investigation. I am transferring your call to Crime Branch Mumbai, and a police officer took over. Miss Parinita, your name and Aadhaar number are used to open an account in Canara Bank. And before he could finish, Parinita shouted,
What is happening there?
"Guns call."
Bogus people.
But within a minute, she received a WhatsApp video call where a police officer seated in a police station spoke with urgency. Miss Parinita, I am Inspector Siddharth Batra. The money laundering charges against you are extremely grave, which now left her and scared.
Sir, I'll go to the nearest police station and get this misunderstanding cleared.
Your case is directly handled by Mumbai. Your local police won't be able to help you. No point line now. The CBI will be taking over as it's a matter of national secrecy. The call was then transferred to an investigating officer, Rahul Gupta,
This
in
is
the
the
CBI
first
office.
stage. The second step, officer appears, a government officer appears through virtual platform. Firstly, I would like to tell you there is no such thing, okay, wherein a government appears through online mode and tells that you are arrested or anything like that. Secondly, where you need to be aware of is like you need to see the uniform of the government officer first, whether he's a 2 star, whether he's a 1 star. You need to observe. Your observe skills should be very good in this to safeguard yourself. You need to observe the environment which is sitting in. You need to observe the logo of the police department, and you need to cross verify it so that you don't move ahead, okay, and you don't fall victim to this scam on a later on stage. Initial stage only, if you stop, it is better. And when you will stop, when you are aware of this, when you have a clarity that no, if he's an officer, he should have a 3 star. His uniform should be proper. There should be a proper Maharashtra or any police government record logo or anything. You need to observe first minutely. Yes, you may play. Yeah.
Miss Parinita, we have your details. Name Parinita Das, and number 888. Aadhaar number 264192. Parinita's shock was increasing minute by minute as they knew all about her. But listen carefully. To cooperate, we can avoid your physical custody.
Huh?
You have to be under digital arrest. That is, keep your video call on all the time until the investigation is over. A dire dilemma was killing her. Day 1. 3 CBI officers, Boyer City started tracking her every move. Eating, cooking, sleeping. Even making her keep the camera right outside while she was going to the bathroom. Day 2. They coerced her. You cannot meet or tell anyone until the investigation is over. Or be ready to face 3 to 5 years in jail. Making Parinita lie to her boss.
I won't be able to come to the office this week. I have typhoid.
When a friend came to visit her, she ignored the doorbell and phone call.
What a killjoy workaholic, yaar.
And whenever she moved out of the frame, they scolded her. Where are you? Where did you go? Stay right in front of the camera. Day 3. Night and day, she faced a barrage of questions about her life, work, and finances. How many siblings do you have? Are you married? Who are your friends in the office? How many bank accounts do you have? Share your credit card details. Which Instagram account do you use to peddle these drugs? Or have you an account on Telegram as well? Is that where you sell the drugs? Share your username and password. Poor Parinita was in the hypnotic spell and kept answering with every ounce of courage she could muster. Her innocence was at stake after all. Subscribe to Bispo and we'll tell you what are the various tricks digital scammers use
Yeah,
to
you
make
can
money
change
from
the
people.
video.
Do like, share,
So-
and comment. Day 4.
So what has
Parinita saw the
happened
screen
on the
changing.
last stage? Last stage is you get hypnotized. Frankly, now you might be laughing or you might be saying there is no such thing as cyber hypnotism or anything like that. But that's the fact. When we see clients coming to us and they are saying that we are a victim to a digital arrest, and they say that I was arrested for 22 days, I was arrested for a month, we also get shocked. But when we see their mentality, the mental stress which they have gone through, they get hypnotized, frankly. And educated people fall victim to digital arrest scams. We have actually experienced that. So, like Pariniti, recently we had got a case of an old lady. She was 75 years old. She was a victim to a digital arrest scam. She was arrested for around 22 days, okay, at home. And she was a single lady, 75 years old. She gave around 2 crores to the scamsters. You won't imagine that also physically going to the bank and making the transfers. Even after the bank officer asking her that, ma'am, are you doing this transfer legitly? I think something is fishy. But no, she denied and she made the transfers. So just imagine the amount of mental hold which the cyber criminals tend to take over. So this is how the mentally Parinita was hypnotized, and she did whatever the officer told her to do, and she transferred an amount, and then she was a victim to this cyber fraud. Okay, this kind of crime is known as digital arrest crime. We can move on to the next slide. So now, since
To the interior.
our seminar is about tracing cyber offenders, I just wanted you to first go through the video as to what kind of cybercrime is happening right now, digital arrest, which is currently going on. So now, if we see how cyber offenses are traced, in this case scenario, cyber offenses leave digital footprints that help investigators identify offenders. So from your end, obviously, what evidence can you provide to the government agency? Okay, that is your duty, your job to do that. Okay, so of course, tracing and everything, you can't do that. You need to be a white hat hacker for that, and that also you have to work for the government agency. Then only you can do that. What you can do is you need to give proper evidence to the government authority so that they can get their forensic done. Like suppose how Parinita was a victim to a digital arrest. What she has to do in this scenario to trace the offenders, she has to firstly give the laptop to the government authority for forensics. Secondly, whatever evidences she has, like there might be a warrant which might be issued, and everything, the scamsters, they provide you with proper documentation as well. They send you all the warrants, they send you all the trial notifications, they send you RBI circulars, official checks, and everything they send you. Try to save that evidence. Don't delete it and facade behavior. Okay. So so now how cybercrime offenses are traced is first, of course, as I said, IP and login records from websites and platforms. Of course. So the IP which you can see above, like Google Meet ka, there is an HTTPS IP, there's the login over there. You need to provide this first to the officer that from this I was being there on, I was being hold on video call through Google Meet. For example, I'm just saying that. Yeah. So then second is communication data such as emails, messages, and call records. As I said, you need to preserve that and produce it before the officers, concerned officers. Device information, including browser activity and location data, financial transactions through bank accounts such as UPI or payment gateways. You need to give those details. These details you have to give it in a form of hard copy or a pen drive to the officer so that he can expedite your this complaint. Then investigative methodology in digital forensics. So what method they usually prefer, the digital forensic experts? First is collection of digital devices. As I said, your mobile phone, laptop, or any primary evidence. So whatever you give an original form is your primary evidence. Okay, so it is much unlikely to get tampered with. So collection of digital devices and data sources. Then second step is creation of forensic copies of data to preserve original evidence. So now if I submit my laptop to for forensics, okay, so what will happen? A replica of your laptop will be created as a secondary evidence, and the forensic expert will be working on the secondary evidence rather than the original laptop. So that is how you give the evidence to the cop. Then what the forensic expert does, he analyzes your digital logs, communication records, and transactions. He'll do all the analytical part. Then he'll correlate of multiple digital traces to restructure events. He'll make a proper event scenario that the perpetrator first sent you a WhatsApp message. Okay, you clicked on that WhatsApp message, you were routed through a Google Meet link. Then Google Meet say you were there on the video for around 30 days or something. So he'll make a proper trail of that. Okay. Then documentation and reporting of findings. So he'll create it, he'll document it, and then a forensic report will be submitted in the court accordingly. So this is how the investigation is done by the forensic guys. Practical challenges in identifying cyber offenders is what happens. Cyber offenders are also very smart. They know how I can hide my identity. Okay, before you, so if everyone is aware of dark web, so what people do, people are very enthusiastic and very excited to enter the dark web, but people don't know that getting into a dark web is not easy. Once you get into the dark web, you are wiped off, since you don't know how to protect yourself, you protect your identity. So what people fall into trap when they enter into dark web, their whole system is crashed, their whole data is lost when they try to log into the dark web without proper training. So there are proper courses for that. If you're working with a government agency, then only you can enter the dark web through official channels. You can't just enter the dark web without having a knowledge of it or without having any certification, because entering into a dark web is also illegal. Cross-border nature of cybercrime involving multiple jurisdictions. So what firstly they do VPN. So if everyone is aware of VPN jumping, then IP jumping. So there are various applications in which I can show that I am sitting in Dubai, I can show that I am sitting in California. Within fraction of seconds or minutes, I can shift from other places. Okay, and it will be very difficult for the person to trace my identity, where exactly I am, or to locate me, since I am jumping my coordinates. Then fake identities and mule accounts used to receive funds. Nowadays, what is happening, when the cyber offenders are so smart that when they take money from you, suppose as I said, the lady, 75-year-old lady, she had transferred 2 crore rupees. Okay, so she had transferred in tranche. Okay, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, like that. So that 30 lakhs got diverted through various multiple mule accounts. It's not just one account. When she showed us a passbook, and when we had a word with the police investigating officer also, he showed us the whole trail, that the money has been transferred to various mule accounts. And at that moment, of course, it is cybercrime. As I said, is in a fraction of second, your money is gone. Because I suggest that you forget about your money, then you'll have to fight to get back the money from other means. Okay, so you need to be quick. Encrypted communication platform limiting data access. They use encrypted communication channels. Like first, initially, how there was a phone, satellite phones were there, so that their calls might not be heard. So those were the olden days. Now they use softwares for that. There are many softwares. which can encrypt your communication. Okay, rapid movement of funds through multiple accounts, as I showed, that once your money is gone into one mule account, it will get transferred to multiple accounts. So it becomes very difficult for the IO to search that in the end where till 12th layer, 13th layer, where the money has finally been withdrawn. But what happens in between, only the money keeps on getting withdrawn in small tranches. So it becomes difficult to get caught hold of the main culprit over there. Next, I'll be showing you a video of a deep fake. Since we are very short on time, so I'm taking this very quickly. So it's a deep fake video, how to analyze a deep fake video. Okay, is everyone aware of what is deep fake exactly? Yeah, okay, fine. So I'll just show you this deep fake video. You can play. Yeah.
What if I were to tell you that I'm not even a human being? What you see is not real.
That was actually a deepfake. Now, deepfakes might seem like a harmless joke, but any technology can be used for evil.
The process of manipulating people online for money.
Have you ever been watching a video and suspected that it might be fake, and that the person in the video is not who he claims to be? Try playing the video super slowly. The mask will blur and you'll see a glitch. Not sure who you're talking to in a video chat? Ask your partner to turn his head to the side or hold his hand in front of his face. The mask will glitch. Remember
Here
these
you
tips
can
and
pause.
share with your friends if you found this video useful.
Over there was.
What if I were to tell you that I'm
the
not
image.
even a human being?
The last. No, in the video, if you must have seen, how do you make make it out that it was a deepfake video? It's like, of course, you know that these characters exist. It's not that these characters are not existing or they're some random people. These are main top dignitaries, okay, in the industries, Hollywood, Bollywood, whatever you say. So now in this scenario, you need to be alert and you need to observe. As I said, your observation should be very good in this perspective. Now, if you observe in the video, there was slight distortion in the image while the video was being played. Okay, the skin color, the pixels, and everything were getting distorted over there. So at that time, you can make it out that it was a deepfake video. Okay, so usually what happens, what kind of deepfake scams people face nowadays, like the parent, the father or the mother gets a call from the daughter or the son that he has been caught in a drug case, that or else he has been arrested by some government officer, kindly release him. If you want to release him, pay xyz amount. So of course, being a mother or father, you get paranoid and you tend to pay that amount, and later on you find out that your daughter and child were safe and they were not into any such kind of this crime. How this happened, of course, they were on a video call. They know they have the photograph of your daughter and son. It is very easy to get that through social media. That's the reason people say that don't add unknown people, don't keep your profile open, don't give access to your photo gallery to everyone, like ChatGPT also has access to the entire phone. Each and every gallery photos are been given access to ChatGPT. So that's the reason we need to have precautions too. Only precautions can save us. No other thing can save us, and awareness. Okay, if you are aware, if you are keeping yourself secured, then only you can safeguard yourself from being a victim of any crime. Usually these kind of deepfakes crime happens with girls, women, whose profiles are used. Instagram or any social media profile has been used, and a lot of hate messages or offensive messages are sent to the relatives or be it any other person. And in the end, what happens legally? Of course, what is seen in front of me, obviously, I'll be going pursuing that person itself. Obviously, if I see a person who is implicating, I don't see that first. I'll see that the person who is there in front of me, I'll go and investigate in that matter. Okay? Yeah. Sorry, is there a question by someone? Mr. Puta Mahesh? Yeah, Mr. Puta Mahesh. To keep himself on. Yeah. So, of course, why should you care? Obviously, cyber criminals can risk corporate assets and data, cause financial losses. And someone please just to put on Mahesh, please.
చికెన్ ఉన్న ప్లీజ్ బటన్ అన్ని పడిన
Please mute the.
I guess the admin will have to mute it. Yeah, okay. So what basically, and see, nowadays, if you want to spoil anyone's reputation, it is very easy. Digitally you can ruin anyone's career. Initially, in the back old days, it was through physical efforts. You had to do a lot of R&Ds, and you had to do a lot. You have to struggle a lot. Okay, if you want to spoil someone's life. But nowadays, it is so easy that in a fraction of a click, any person's reputation might go for a toss. Any financial damage can be done. Okay, so it's very easy. So only way to secure yourself is through get awareness firstly, get acclimatized to current scams which are happening right now. You can read the newspaper articles, but I feel that the newspaper articles are only dealing with, I guess, few scams which are happening right now. But if you see, there are various heinous crimes which are already happening on the back end, which are not getting reported in terms of cybercrime itself. People are committing suicide. People have taken various drastic steps, which I guess most of the people are not aware of what they are going through. They are going into depression, mental anxiety, and that also, well, top-notch dignitaries have fallen prey to this kind of crime. Currently, if I say initially, the after lockdown, I guess there was a case which was a digital arrest scam only. It was a very big scam which had been reported in the newspaper of OP Oswal sir, who had fallen a victim to a scam. A courtroom drama was made. Proper courtroom was created wherein a honorable deputy, so CJM, was sitting, Chandrachud sir, and the Chandrit sir had given a penalty of 7 crores on OP Oswal sir, and a proper courtroom hearing was undertaken over there, and OP Oswal sir had 10 to pay the 7 crores, and later on when he consulted the council, the council said that I haven't gone through any such case, I haven't argued any such case, and then he realized that he was a prey to the digital arrest scam, or he was a prey to a deep fake video. Okay. So just imagine the reputational loss, the financial loss which he incurred at that time. So just imagine it can happen with any person. If it has happened with OP Oswald sir, then who are we here? So it's only precaution which can help us to safeguard ourselves. So next, why do hackers target minds and not just data? So basically, see, the main reason the hackers don't want to access the data. They want to have a access and hold of your mind. They want to think what you exactly are thinking right now. Okay. So first is trust manipulation. They will pose as a bank official or police or any government officer, as you saw in the video. Okay, that's when the victim trusts. He or she feels that okay, it's a government officer, then of course he or she might be a genuine person, and there is a proper attire or proper environment which is created. So that is trust manipulation. They play and manipulate your trust. Then is fear. Of course, your account will be blocked. You are under investigation. Your phone is compromised. You are caught in drugs racket and so XYZ. So that is when they create fear among the victim. Then what happens once the trust is gained, once the fear is done, then the urgency. They will say that your suppose for example offer expires in 5 minutes or immediate action is needed, or people are officers are below your building and they are coming to arrest you within 5 minutes. So that's the urgency which they give the victim, that it is very urgent now. You need to transfer anyhow. So for example, KYC fraud cases in Mumbai, many victims fall prey to such kind of KYC fraud, that your KYC is not updated, your Aadhaar card is not updated, your bank accounts are not complied with KFC for okay KYC. Firstly, tell me if your bank accounts are not complied with KYC. Of course, you can whenever you make a transaction. Obviously, they'll intimate you that your KYC is not done, so hence we can't proceed the transaction. So kindly verify with the bank. So you have to go physically and verify with the bank that whether my KYC is updated or not, rather than calling them. Bank officers do not call, never in their life. Neither the government officers. No such government officer calls and say that you have a case pending against you. You'll get a proper documentation through physical methods or by WhatsApp or any other modes or through court. Okay. So you don't need to get worried. Okay. Now, next is what happens psychology of victims versus cyber criminals. So, victim psychology is emotional triggers exploited by cyber criminals. Of course, they emotionally trigger you and exploit you. Trust in authority. Criminals impersonate banks, police, government officers. Urgency and panic. Of course, as we had a word on this, how this works. Greed, opportunity basis. Now, greed, opportunity basis is for the people who think that I will earn uh, 20x within 3 days. I will earn 20x within 3 months. So, of course, this happens with people who are actually who falls or I don't understand. People get greedy as in there are so many clients who have involved themselves into such investment scam wherein they were told that you will get 300% invest returns in like 2 months. How is it even possible? You tell me. If you apply your brains, later on they get to know that, oh my god, what did I just do? They tend to invest money. That also happens through social media. So social media is how I'll tell you. Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, everything. These kind of applications are the base where these kind of crimes start. They send you ads, they send you posts, they send you reels of those investments. They even show you dignitaries, deep fake dignitaries, wherein suppose XYZ dignitary has uploaded a video that this stock is going to rise 300% X in within 3 months. So what people tend to believe that he is such a big person. If he has said, then 100% this stock is going to increase, and they tend to invest. And then how do they invest? They enter a WhatsApp group. A group is created. The investments are made. People are even profiting from that in the initial stage. Then later on, once what happens when they get to know that, oh my god, what have I done? I'm not getting any return anymore. I'm not able to withdraw my amount. That's when you fall a victim to a stock market scam or any investment scam. It's just the greed which the opposite offender, the criminal knows that this person is greedy, so salo, let's target his greediness. Emotional manipulation, as I said, low cybercrime awareness. Of course, you need to be aware of these fake websites, phishing links. So if you see fake website, there is everyone aware of Pawan Hans. Pawan Hans is a what do you call portal where they offer helicopter services. Okay, so it's based in Mumbai only. So a replica was made of their website. Phishing, that's called phishing scam. A clear ditto replica was made of Pavanans, wherein people were booking their flights, people were booking were making their bookings. But in the end, when they were approaching the Pavanans, they were not received. They were being told that we haven't received any such inquiry from your end, or we haven't received any payment from your end. So a replica of that Pawan Hans website was made by someone third party, the of a criminal. People tend to pay on that portal, and later on, when they got to realize that that portal was fake, if you see Pawanan's website now also, they have their first disclaimer. The first pop-up which comes on their website is that please don't click on this website. It is a fake website. The disclaimer in the disclaimer only they have given that. So just imagine you have to be very sharp at that moment. I understand when you fall a victim to it, it becomes very difficult to get out of it. But at the initial stage only, if you are very observant, if you see okay, Pawan Hans hai, so obviously they must be having HTTPS, they must be having co.in or com, or they might be having proper Pawan Hans ka spelling check karo. You need to be very vigilant at that time. Okay. Then post attack, of course, what happens then? Shame and guilt, firstly. Then is anxiety and depression. Then loss of trust in the digital platforms. Obviously, a person tends to get frustrated, and they tend to delete their account and all. Of course, so that happens. Fear of social stigma due to embarrassment. Of course, on social media or in public, the person has a fear. Victim typology is based on case studies. Okay, that is not concerned with this. Motivations behind cybercrime, we have dealt with financial gain, power and control, thrill. Some people do it for thrill, they enjoy doing this. Then revenge. and ideology. So if you see the chart now, Karnataka is the highest right now at the peak of cybercrime. Then comes Maharashtra. Maharashtra is also gaining a lot of cases. So you just imagine the amount of cyber crime which is being reported. This is the data of the reported cyber crime, and you just, if you can't imagine, you can't even imagine the amount of non-reported cases. Okay, then what happened? I'll show you an article wherein a fishing capital of India is. Has anyone seen Jamtara by any chance? It's an old this, but yeah, it's a series on Netflix. I must recommend you guys to see that. So that's how the modus operandi works of a cyber criminal or an entire racket. The whole village is involved in the scam. You know, each and every person, from the children's till the old people, everyone has been given allotted a task to do. So just imagine the level of uh, crime, the level of data, the level of things which they have. Jamtara, Mr. Praveen Chauhan, it's Jamtara on Netflix. So of course, to safeguard ourselves, we have got legal framework, like we've got IT Act, we have got BNS, we've got BSA, we've got Digital Protection Act, we've got Indian Telegraph Act. Okay, so these I won't get into that because that is with regards to the legal this. Okay, now I'll share you few articles of Times of India wherein people are caught. Okay, like suppose man held for using international numbers to issue blackmail threats. Okay, now suppose recently also, I guess a month or 2 months back, Bombay High Court, Delhi High Court, and all the high courts had received a bombing threat. Okay, these all are getting caught in the end. People think that no, they can't be caught, or they can't be this the got into clutches of the legal. They cannot get into clutches of the legal this वगैरह. So it's not that. Okay, every person is being monitored. Navi Mumbai 2 arrested for running fake call centers and duping citizens of 1 crore in trading scam. As I talked about stock market scam. So this is how the whole racket was going on in Navi Mumbai. Man held for duping women with fake welfare scheme. So of course this is the greedy scheme which I was talking about. So, of course, in the end, I would like to tell you that think before you click, share, or respond. Protect personal or financial information online. Respect privacy. Avoid sharing sensitive data. Verify messages, links, and investment offers. Don't get greedy. Don't go for investment offers. The internet is a powerful tool. Of course, use it respectfully and securely. That's what I recommend. So, of course, if you see below, these are the call center numbers. If you are financially fallen a victim to any cyber crime, you can call at 1930. You've got a government website also, and you can report on that online while sitting at home. Also, you can report it. And then, firstly, if you're a victim to a financial fraud, go to the bank immediately and fill up the customer grievance redressal form. That is very much, that is the basic step which as a citizen we should be aware of, and we should do that. So thank you everyone. Any questions, please do let me know.
Thank you, sir, for the enlightening session.
Welcome, you're welcome.
This discussion has already set a strong foundation for all of us learners and practitioners in the digital cyber investigation space.
Does anyone have any questions?
Participants can either drop their queries in the chat box, or if they wish to speak, they can raise their hands and unmute themselves.
See, basically, what is the problem which we are facing right now? It's like we are using all electronics, we are using iPad, we are using top-notch gadgets, but the only thing which we are lagging or we are lacking in is awareness of that gadget also. If you're using an iPad, if you're using an iPhone, you should know what kind of securities you have. You should know the pros and cons of having that device. You should know the pros and cons of entering into a APK file or any unknown third party application which you are not aware of. That's when that will happen when you are aware. There is no other option. You don't need to do trial and error that let me try this third party application and see what happens. Once your data is gone, it's gone. Once the access of your device is gone to the perpetuator, it's gone. Then you can't do anything about it. So it's just awareness. That's it. Anything else? Any questions from anyone? I hope I was not boring you guys.
It was quite interesting.
I hope no one slept since it's a Sunday and 4 p.m. Thank you everyone for having me here once again. So shall we end the session here then? All right, Ruchita.
With this, the Cyber Sunday session, our day comes to an end. Hope you all enjoyed this discussion. On behalf of Naksh Foundation and Project CyberShield, we extend our sincere gratitude to Advocate Darshan Bafna sir for delivering such an helpful and engaging session. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
We request all the participants to please fill the post-assessment form, which will be displayed on the via QR code on your screens. Without the feedback form, you'll not be able to get your certificates. The QR code for the feedback or the post-assessment form has been displayed on your screens. You are requested to please fill the form so you could be eligible for the certification.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
madam, I don't know how to create the QR code. Can you please inform how to?
So we'll also provide the link in the chat board. You can click on the link and then fill the session. Then fill the process form. We'll be providing you. Just a minute.
Madam, left. Okay, I'm passing up. It's okay. Then server order. Separation. Switching. Hello.